Okay, we're filming. What are we filming today? We're filming the
Galaktoboureko, but we're gonna put a little twist on it. We're gonna put some berries in.
Yes, and if you don't know what Galaktoboureko is, it's like a custardy
semolina custard in between phyllo pastry and syrup.
It is so good. So we're gonna film that right now.
So first thing we have to do is to make our syrup, and we have to make it first so that it can be completely cool before we drizzle it on our finished Galaktoboureko. So in here I have two different types of sugars, white and brown, and I have some cloves, stick of cinnamon, and I'm also going to add some peel of lemon as well. And we have some water, stovetop. So we're gonna bring this to a simmer and just leave it for about 5 or 10 minutes, and then we'll take it off the heat and let it cool down. Okay, so our syrup is made, and our next step is to make the custard. So I'm putting in my milk to warm up. We've got our milk warming up. We're gonna add our sugar, our semolina, and then we're going to add our 4 eggs. Okay, so Marissa, we're going to temper this now because we don't want scrambled eggs. So, ladle.
Just ladle it in.
Slowly ladle it in, very slowly, while I whisk furiously here. Okay, that's enough. Some more. Okay, and then we'll put this back into the milk and cook it. I'm going to switch now from my whisk to my wooden spoon, and just make sure you get into all the corners. So what I'm looking for is, I'm waiting for this to thicken up, but I don't want it to come to a bubbling boil. Okay, I want it to thicken up, so when I touch the back of my spoon, I want it really thick on there.
Switching to the whisk.
Yeah, and we've turned off the heat now because it's gotten nice and thick. And we're just making sure that I switched to the whisk because I want to just make sure there's no lumps in there or anything like that. That's done. So now we're adding some butter as well to get it nice and glossy. So now we're going to add our rose water. Remember, it's quite a strong taste, so don't overdo it. So I have my phyllo pastry spread out. I always like to dampen a clean tea towel just to put on top because it will dry out very quickly, otherwise we don't want that. So we go, we're ready to assemble. I've got some melted butter here. I'm going to just brush it on my pan. Okay, so here we go. 1 piece to begin. I'm going to add 1 more piece, and then I'm going to butter it as well, okay? Okay, I'm just fitting it in. I have 2 pieces of phyllo in here, and I'm going to brush it with my melted butter. So I'm just going to keep layering a few sheets at the bottom until I add my actual custard mixture. We're ready to add our custard, and we're making it a little differently. We're going to be actually layering some raspberries through it, and I think it's going to be delicious because the raspberries with the rose water flavorings is a marriage made in heaven. The filling is done. Now we're adding a few more more sheets of our phyllo pastry on top. Okay, so I folded the edges in, but in between each of that fold, I'm going to drizzle some of my butter as well. So I folded the ends in and I'm doing my final brush with the butter. It's okay if it's untidy like mine is, because all these little bits will get really nice and crispy in the oven, so it'll be fine. Okay, so now we're going to score it into pieces. By scoring, I mean just the top. You don't go right to the bottom. Okay, so I'm putting it in the oven. It'll take about anywhere from 45 minutes to an hour, but it should be really nice and brown and crispy on the top. She's out and she looks really nice, I have to say. Now is the time that we put our syrup on. So Marissa, if you can get close, you can hear the
sizzle.
Do you hear that crackling and stuff? Do you hear it? Okay, let's go. So nice.
You want to do this right as soon as it comes out of the oven.
But make sure that your syrup is cold, because if you put it on when it's hot, it's just going to be a soggy mess. The syrup is on, but before we cut into it, we've got to let this cool right down. It does look good. It's going to be messy, but let's go for it.
I mean, this is probably one of my favorite desserts.
I know.
It's so good.
You ready?
Yeah. The raspberries are really good in it. Because normally you don't put raspberries in it.
You don't put anything in it. It's just the custard.
Yeah. Oh, so good.
With the raspberries?
That's really good.
It's a winner.
It is. Okay. Well, thanks for watching.
We're going to continue eating.
We're just going to eat this. And we'll see you next time.
Bye.
Bye.